Have you ever heard of a town where people willingly locked themselves out of their own homes and froze to death? It sounds like a ghost story, but for the town of Graymoor, it's a chilling piece of history that has been deliberately scrubbed from official maps. There's a reason why every house built in Graymoor after 1911 has locks on the outside, and there's a reason no one ever explains why. They just tell you not to ask. Graymoor was founded in 1846, a quiet mill town nestled between dense pine forests and a river that locals always said ran too quietly. Despite its isolation, the town prospered with unnatural speed. By 1909, it had electricity, a telegraph office, and even a small state-of-the-art psychiatric ward. This facility was privately funded by a mysterious figure, Dr. Lionel Cruz, a neurologist fascinated by collective behavior and mass hysteria. Early newspapers praised him as a progressive thinker, a man ahead of his time. Later editions, however, would use a very different word: dangerous. The first hint that something was wrong appeared in the winter of 1910. The Graymoor Gazette printed a strange, unsettling notice. Citizens are advised to remain indoors after dusk. This is a precaution, not a warning. No further explanation was given. The silence was deafening. Soon after, residents began reporting the same bizarre phenomenon all across town. People were seen standing outside their own homes late at night, perfectly still, just silently facing their front doors. These weren't strangers. They were neighbors, friends, even family members, not knocking, not speaking, just waiting in the cold. The first official tragedy was Eleanor Pike, a beloved local school teacher. The coroner's report listed her cause of death as heart failure, found inside her home. But the details were disturbing. Her front door was wide open, swinging in the winter wind, and outside, in the snow, were her own footprints bare. Frozen, facing inward. It was as if she had stepped outside for a moment, and then, in a panic, tried to get back in, but it was too late. What could have terrified her so much that her heart simply gave out? Private letters from Dr. Cruz, discovered decades later, offered a terrifying theory. He believed Graymoor was experiencing a phenomenon he called synchronized dissociation. He described it as a state where individuals unconsciously begin to mirror each other's hidden impulses, their actions becoming perfectly synchronized without any conscious communication. He theorized that under specific environmental conditions, things like sound frequency, extreme isolation, and collective stress, and entire population could be subtly guided into a shared, unified behavior. He never explained who or what would be doing the guiding. Then came the night of February 17th, 1911 on that single, horrifying night. Every remaining resident of Graymoor did the exact same thing within a 2-hour window. They calmly stepped outside of their homes. They turned around and they locked their doors from the outside. Some used keys they had brought with them. Others used heavy chains. Some even hammered nails into the door frames, sealing themselves out for good. And then they just stood there, facing their own homes as the brutal New England winter closed in around them. When state authorities finally arrived days later, responding to the complete silence from the telegraph office, they were met with an apocalyptic scene. Nearly the entire town was dead. Bodies were collapsed in front of their homes, victims of exposure, dehydration, or pure shock. There were no signs of violence, no evidence of a struggle, just an entire town that had collectively decided to die on their own doorsteps. Only one building in all of Graymoor was found completely empty: the psychiatric ward. Dr. Lionel Cruz was gone. He was never seen or heard from again. A final, uncirculated issue of the Graymoor Gazette was later found, printed but never distributed. Beneath the mundane weather report, a single, cryptic line was typed. "The doors are not meant to keep something out. They are meant to keep it in." No author was listed. What did they know? What was inside those houses that was so much more terrifying than freezing to death outside? Today, a town named Graymoor still exists, but it's not the same place. It was rebuilt, but the past lingers. Every single building constructed after 1911 includes external locking mechanisms. It's a town ordinance, but no one can find any record of the vote. When you ask residents about it, they'll tell you it's just a tradition, a local quirk. Historians might dismiss it as a strange coincidence, but the people who live there know better. At night, they still draw their curtains tight, because sometimes, when the town is quiet and the moon is hidden, they see him. Figures standing outside on the streets, not knocking, not speaking, just waiting. So what truly happened in Graymoor? Was it a failed, unethical experiment in mass control conducted by a mad doctor? Was it a simple case of shared psychosis, a town driven to madness by isolation and fear? Or was it something far more sinister? Proof that under the right conditions, human free will can be hijacked. Our behavior programmed like a machine. The most chilling question isn't just what happened back then. It's if something like that could be engineered. If a whole town could be turned against itself once, why couldn't it happen again? Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the unexplained and the mysteries that hide in the shadows of history, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We have a lot more stories to uncover. See you next time.